So El Camino is I would consider it the epilogue of the Breaking Bad storyline. The question remains, do we need this epilogue? Not really, but is it good? Yes, it is. What's up, guys, and welcome to Movie and Point's movie review of the epilogue or the continuation of the Breaking Bad story with El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie. This, of course, is written and directed by the series creator Vince Gilligan and brings back Aaron Paul as Jesse Pinkman. And that's all I'm going to give you as cast because this movie is based off kind of ideas of who Jesse Pinkman dealt with in the storyline, how he's going to escape what is going on in his scenario, and it brings back characters that you remember. But I don't want to spoil anything because those characters are kind of important to this movie as well as Jesse Pinkman's life. The only characters that I think were in the trailer were Skinny Pete and his other friend Badger. So the idea of the Breaking Bad movie was always going to center around Jesse Pinkman, or at least some form of Jesse Pinkman's character, but it was always rumored, there had always been stops and starts, and it's because of, Aaron Paul's career, which kind of had a big boost after this. He won the Emmy for Best Supporting Actor, and he started doing things. Well, it kind of got spoiled when Bob Odenkirk kind of made a mistake and revealed that this movie had been completed. So I think it was like 2 days later, we finally got the trailer for this movie, and we got all excited. Who cannot not be excited? It's a Breaking Bad movie. Breaking Bad is considered one of the greatest TV shows ever made. I agree with that. It's in a fantastic TV series. And so we are finally here. We finally get the movie, and it's a pretty simple story of basically we follow Jesse Pinkman after he's escaped from the Aryan bodyguards, with Todd and Jack and all those people. Walter White is dead, all that good stuff. So we follow him and how he deals with the PTSD and what happened to him in that situation. And he also has to evade the police, which are, on a worldwide or nationwide search to find him to bring him to justice because they know now that he was involved with Walter White as people who were dealing with methamphetamines and all that good stuff, the blue crystal. And this shows him how he is trying to escape and how he is going to do that. And it's an interesting story. It's not a fast paced story. It's like 2 hours and 2 minutes long. It's a very slow burn, which is what, Breaking Bad was always about, which is a slow burn story of how Walter White rose up in the drug kingpin world, became really famous for what he did, and he brought along Jesse Pinkman in the process. And Jesse Pinkman's character has always been a tragic figure because at first he started as kind of a guy who was looking up to Walter White, and then he got to the point where he hated Walter White. And this really shows the effects of what happens when you get involved in this situation. And that's what I kind of love about this movie is even though it's not really needed, the whole idea of what could have happened to Jesse Pinkman after he left that scenario is something I found compelling. But the fact that we have this movie and the fact that Vince Gilligan and Aaron Paul have kind of recreated this world and we get to see stuff that happened to Jesse Pinkman and so on and so forth, it really is fascinating. Everybody's on their A game. The people that come back are on their A game. It really feels like you're back in this world of Breaking Bad, and I love that. Aaron Paul is just this perfect example of why this series was so great. And it just really shows, in the look, the feel. You can feel his PTSD. You can feel his character once had this, past, and his parents really want him to turn himself in. And when he's trying to get away, trying to escape the, authorities, it's really, really interesting to see his character trying to move past everything that ever happened to him. And that is it's a great character arc. It's something that is almost cathartic when you're watching Aaron Paul do this because you don't really think about his character in the sense of needing a cathartic moment, needing that, conclusion. Because this is definitely the conclusion to Jesse Pinkman's story. Could they bring him back or some form or fashion? Who knows? Maybe there's going to be a prequel series or something like that. But It's a really fascinating movie. It once again proves how good of a story writer Vince Gilligan is. You know, when he goes from point A to point B to point C, there is a definite arc to the story. It really feels like it's paced very well. Like I said, it does get slow in some moments, but it gives a chance for us to reflect on what Breaking Bad was and what the series did to us in the culture of, cinema or TV. This is a watershed TV series like Game of Thrones, and it proves once again why Jesse Pinkman is such a fantastic character and why Breaking Bad is the series that it is and why these characters mean so much in a world that's very disturbing and very dark. These are very dark characters. But the fact that, Aaron Paul, who's, like I said, fantastic once again, just proves how much we really kind of did need this to conclude his story. But like I said, that's all I'm going to leave it as. I'm trying to be as vague as possible because it's a movie I'm sure everybody wants to watch. They don't want to be giving anything away. But once again, like I said, it's a fantastic movie. If I were to even rate it, I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10. So it's wonderful for what it is, and it has some great nods to the series itself. So, but anyways, that'll do it on my take on El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie. It's kind of a terrible title, but I like the fact that they used El Camino. So, anyways, comment below when you do see this movie. Tell me what your favorite moment in Breaking Bad was. Is there a point where you just kind of became hooked, like I did in season 2? Just tell me in the comments below. So anyways, always hit the subscribe button, join Movie Emporium, hit the notification bell at the top to find out what's coming next. And of course, comment below on any video you watch on my channel. But otherwise, we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out. What's up, guys? Thank you so much for checking out Movie Emporium. I really appreciate it. If you want to, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification button and the bell at the top. Find out what's coming next for Movie Emporium. Also, check out these 2 videos. They're amazing. I think they're awesome. I think you'll enjoy them too. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.